Some people have ordinary childhoods, but ours was truly unforgettable. Our family lived in a beautiful house. It was everything you could imagine, with the best money could buy. We were tucked in every night, safe from harm, behind closed doors that were always locked.
Your dad's gonna be home in less than 2 hours. He's gonna be so surprised.
I'm sorry, but there's been an accident.
We can go live with your grandmother.
What grandmother?
You and Dad said we never had any family.
Well, it's complicated. My family is unbelievably wealthy, and they have acres of land and servants and...
Whoa. I bet the house is huge.
Hello, Mother.
Look what the cat dragged in.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories when everything was as bright as the bluest
We don't
sky.
like it here. It's not nice.
Doesn't everyone love their mother?
Some mothers are impossible to love. We don't act like mothers at all.
Now and then when I see your
You think I'm
face,
pretty?
it takes me away to that special place. But if I stare too long, I probably break down and cry.
Don't make your grandmother angry, okay? I'm as much a captive of this place as you are.
Oh, sweet child of mine.
I make the rules in this house, and I execute the punishment.
Oh, sweet child of mine.
This is all a mistake. Look what it's done to you, to me.
I just wish to God you weren't so close.
Just for that, you will never come out of this room, not for any reason!
You can't keep us locked in here forever.
I want to know what kind of wickedness you're up to.
Can you ever forgive us? How are you so perfect?
I'm far from perfect. Just ask my mother.
Hi, this is Sam.
Well, this is Mishka Barton.
We're getting ready to watch Flowers in the Attic. The Lifetime version, not the other version.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what.
What?
Super excited. We're going to do a two-parter.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about today when I was at work. I was like,
I really want to go home and watch.
I'm exhausted. I want to go
Flowers
home
in the Attic
and watch a
with my
creepy
wife.
movie about incest with my wife.
Hey.
This is based on the 1979 novel.
B.C. Andrews.
Yes, there are several novels in the Dollinger series.
Mm-hmm.
Petals on the Wind, If There Be Thorns, Seeds of Yesterday, and Garden of Shadows.
They only made the 3 movies. We only have 2 of them.
You don't like the third one.
No, I don't.
This was twice adapted in 1987 and 2014. This book, extremely popular, sold 40 million copies worldwide, including one to Patty Panico.
Yes, my mother had this thing.
When I was a kid, this is
I
the one
think
I had.
everybody's mom had it.
It has a red house with a...
We had a different one.
It had like a scary face on it, and I never wanted to read it because I was like, oh, Why are they in
Look
the
up
attic?
on Google Images, look up Flowers in the Attic covers. 'Cause I want to see the one we had.
Because
Many different
when I was a
covers
kid, I was afraid of it because I always thought whatever books you read come true.
So you thought you wouldn't know we're going to be locked in the attic?
Well,
and forced to fall in love?
unfortunately, in my parents' house,
Yeah, no attic.
there had been a retarded child that was kept in the back room.
You don't know that.
I 100% know that.
How do you know it?
It's a known secret in Elwood.
Who knows it?
Everybody. There.
They
That's the
say-
one. I remember that one. Because it had the creepy guy. Because also, my mom bought it at the Elwood City newsstand.
Mm-hmm.
And they would rip the covers off books and send the covers back.
Why?
So, because then that's how you can tell a book doesn't sell. So you get some of the money back from the publisher. And then you're not supposed to sell it, but then you keep it.
We had one. It was similar to this.
Yeah.
But it was... I don't think it was that one. But all I remember was it had a hole in the cover. And you would lift it open and there's the picture.
Yeah, they're right there. There's the hole there. And then
Yeah, but she didn't have...
there's another one, Petals in the Wind, where it's that. Yeah, but in Elwood, you would go buy 50-cent books at the newsstand. And that's how I read so many great books.
Yeah.
This movie was on Lifetime. Let's talk a little bit about Flowers in the Attic. The book, 400 pages, gothic horror family saga. Would you say it was the 50 Shades of Grey of its time?
No.
The 70s were a weird time because today kids read Hunger Games. Back then, kids read about brother and sister living in the attic getting all sick with pet rats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Reading about Bart Winslow.
Yes, Bart Winslow.
Bartholomew Winslow, second husband of Corinne, a trophy husband.
Yes.
He's shocked to discover he's 8 years younger than her.
Yes.
John Amos, the butler to the Foxborough family.
He is. He's kind of a bad man.
Is he?
They made him out to be a much worse man in the original movie.
Christy Swanson was in the original.
Yeah.
How about that?
Nobody else, really.
And V.C. Andrews.
And what's her name? What's her name? Who's the Fletcher? Louise Fletcher. Who's the grandmother in the first one?
V.C. Andrews died before the books could be finished, and a ghostwriter had to finish them.
Was V.C. Andrews a lady?
Not sure. The book was not without controversy. The commission of incest between an adolescent brother and sister has led to it being banned. Calhero High School in Rhode Island removed it because it contained offensive passages. In 1994, up until 1994, it was removed from school libraries due to filthiness. The book was much disputed when the novel was said to be based on a true story. For many years, there was no evidence to support the claim the book was passed off as fiction. Nonetheless, the official V.C. Andrews website has claimed to have contacted one of V.C. Andrews' relatives. The unidentified relative claimed that Flowers in the Attic was based on a family account. While at the University
Within
of
their family?
I don't know. Well, listen, while at the University of Virginia Hospital for Treatment, someone developed a crush on a younger doctor. He and his siblings have been locked away in the attic for over 6 years to preserve their family's wealth. And that's where V.C. Andrews got the story from. Let me tell you a little bit about V.C. Andrews, baby. That's her. It's a lady.
She's fantastic. Look at that face.
She was born in 1923, died in 1986 of breast cancer. She liked to write books about rags to riches, family secrets, and forbidden love, most often involving the themes of consensual incest. Her novels were so successful that after her death, her estate hired Andrew Niederman to write more stories to be under her name. In assessing a deficiency in her estate tax returns, they argued successfully. The IRS argued that her name was actually an asset.
Yep.
So she was grew up attending Southern Baptist and Methodist churches. As a teenager, she fell down the steps at school, and she had severe injuries, and she had crippled arthritis, which meant she had to use crutches and a wheelchair for most of her life. However, she became a successful commercial artist, illustrator, and portrait painter after taking a course from home. Her first book was called Gods of Green Mountain. It's a science fiction book. In 1975, she did a book called Flowers in the Attic. The novel did well with reviewers, but they suggested she spice it up. So she said, how about a brother and sister have the sex? She said her goal was to create a book that no one could stop reading, and they were fast reads. Her works are usually grouped into a series of 5 books. The first 5 series share several thematic elements. They're always about a main character, usually a female. The fourth is about that character's child. And the last is a prequel explaining how the events of the first book arose. After the Logan series ended, Niederman decided to follow publisher's wishes and try something different with a mini-series called The Orphans. So they have the Dollinger series, the Audrina series, the Castile series. Ooh.
My mom had a lot of these.
That series is about the troubled West Virginia family, a young girl whose mom dies during childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Cutler series, 80 Years in the History of a Family. There's the Landry series. Man, the Logan series.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a West Virginia trailer park.
Might need to get all these.
The Orphan series are about teenage orphans who are sent to a foster home. The Wildflower series. The Hudson series. Ooh, about Rain Arnold Hudson.
The Shooting Stars. Look at the names of the books.
Well, listen to
Cinnamon, Ice, Rose, Honey.
Listen to this one.
What?
A child conceived in a biracial affair.
That wouldn't be popular today.
There's a movie that came out based on it. That's how big it was.
Yeah.
Yep. The De Beers series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her mother was a patient of her father's. They also feature Ruby Lantry and Annie Stonewall from other books. The Broken Wing series about juvenile delinquents. The Gemini series. Ooh. It's about Celeste, a young girl forced to take on the identity of her dead twin brother Noble by a New Age fanatic mother.
I think that we should buy all these and read them every night
To
to each other.
Wow. This sounds like a horrible book to read. The Shadow series. It's about a teenage girl who is short, not popular, not talented, and fat.
What?
It's about her relationship with her sister, and then her parents die. The Early Spring series. The Secret series, following the story of two small-town girls,
way too
a
many.
murder in the attic they use and develop into something very special. Those are also inspired by... See, this guy writes all these as V.C. Andrews, but he's not V.C. Andrews.
Yeah.
The Delia series is about a young Latino girl whose parents die in a truck accident and must now fit into her aunt's wealthy, it's cruel, Mexican-American family. There's even the Mirror Sisters series, which just started. October 25th, 2016, not even out yet. Oh. You can get into the Mirror Sisters now, be ahead of the curve. So she also did a few other standalone books, some short stories. There have been several movies made, and there's an official V.C. Andrews website. But let's talk about Flowers in the Attic, the 2014 movie. It aired on Lifetime, and it stars Heather Graham and Ellen Burstyn. It is about 86 minutes long. And that's, again, about the Dowager family. I watched this with you. One day they had all these on. One day it was really cold out, and we couldn't leave the house because it was really snowy. We watched a whole bunch of these.
Wasn't it like New Year's Day?
It was probably New Year's Day. It was like, hey, New Year's Day, guess what? If everybody's super into it, we're going to show some movies about incest. If you're cool with that. I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't understand who likes to read these books.
Moms.
Well,
Mothers in the 80s.
Mothers in the 80s were like, I wonder if my kids are screwed up. I wonder if I leave my kids in the attic, like the retarded kid in Elwood City.
Do you think V.C. Andrews was his mother?
No, I can't
Do you
remember.
think V.C. Andrews grew up in your house?
No.
You sure?
So here's. Do you want me to give you? This is the description they give it.
Yeah.
After the sudden death of their father, 4 children face cruel treatment from their ruthless grandmother. That's not what this movie's about. I think we all know what this movie's about.
And then you can do the trivia.
Yeah, I'm going to load up the trivia for you. First, let's see who's in this.
Heather Graham.
Ellen Burstyn. Kiernan Shipka.
She's been in a couple
She
of
plays
things,
Kathy. She was in Mad Men. She's Jodie in the new movie Carriers. And she was in The Legend of Korra. The cartoon. Mason Dye plays Christopher. He's best known for Flowers in the Attic. If I get to anyone that says Flowers in the Attic is what they're known for, done. Ava Telek. Sounds like a Star Trek character. She was in Super Buddies, the dog movie. Maxwell Kovach. He is known for Flowers in the Attic. And he made his own IMDb page.
Aww.
Bo Daniels plays Mr. Foxworth. He is well known for being in Flowers in the Attic.
He was in The Pledge. Who was he in that?
He was Rudy. Yeah. So, that's
It's a really good movie. Did I ever show you that one?
The Pledge?
Yeah.
No.
We have it. It's really good. It's a murder mystery.
Trivia.
Ready?
There's one trivia.
I'll read it to you. That's so stupid.
It's a remake of...
This is a remake of a already existing movie.
Do you want me to tell you the trivia about the original one?
Huh?
Let's look up the original one. Flowers in the... Let's look up Flowers. If you would like to watch this movie, you can get it for $3.99 from Amazon Video. If you're interested in watching it. This is the movie version. I remember that picture, seeing it in a video store.
Mm-hmm.
Christy Swanson's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
She played the mother.
Mother.
Victoria Tennant's in LA Story.
Mm-hmm.
She's in All with Me. She's in Last Dude. Actually,
Bestseller.
Is she? I believe.
What?
Let me look it up. She's married to Steve Martin.
Oh.
Victoria Tennant.
Not now, though.
They're divorced now, yeah. But they were married when he made LA Story. Yeah. Ellen Burstyn is in this. Lindsay Parker, whoever that is. Gus Peters, the caretaker. Do you want to hear the plot keywords for this?
What?
Incest.
Girl.
Uncle niece incest. Partial nudity. Evil grandma. Malnutrition. Locked in a room. Little boy. Little girl. Side breast.
Side breast?
Implied incest. What other movies have side breast? I have to look this up.
I'm looking at my baby's side breast.
See-through bra. Dysfunctional family. Old mansion. Cutting off your hair. Pet mouse. Child abandonment. Sister-sister relationship. Brother-brother relationship. Author cameo. Child hitting an adult. Starving kids. Horsewhip. Religious fanaticism. Locked door. Belief in God. German Shepherd. Disturbed childhood. Molestation. Escape. Wedding. Attempted murder. Thumb sucking. Forward title. Loss of brother. Terminal illness. Mind games. Music box. Most popular titles. Would you like to guess the most popular titles with side breasts on IMDb?
No.
The Girl Next Door. Flowers in the Attic. Deadly Blessing. Screwballs. The Hunter.
What do I think that was?
Who knows? No good movies. Anyways, let's talk about trivia about the original one. Maybe we'll learn something. Wes Craven was originally to direct the original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they tested the original movie, test audiences reported in test card that they were revolted by the incest. They also disliked the original ending, where Louise Fletcher tries to kill the kids with a butcher knife. So they did a whole new ending, where Corinne dies, even though her character lives in the first 3 books. Victoria Tennant refused to film the scene and walked off the set. So then the movie was drastically recut, and it sat around for an entire year. Cuts on the extreme nudity and incest were not done only because of the bad reaction, because they wanted to get a lower rating to make sure it got a PG-13. Yeah. They shot several endings. B.C. Andrews died right after the movie came out. They almost made Petals on the Wind. Christy Swanson saw the script and she said, quote, "It's all sex." Speaking of Flowers in the Attic, here comes 2 of our cats that have been forced together. If you bought the original DVD of this, you get a cardboard poster. The screenplay is written by Wes Craven for the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says it, but he really didn't. Sharon Stone auditioned for the original film.
For what part? The mother?
It doesn't say. Probably for one of the younger ones. Cause she thought she was much younger.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
V.C. Andrews plays a window washer in this movie. In the original. And so that's a little bit about The original Flowers in the Attic. Why don't you tell me about your... Did you read this book growing up? Or did
No.
your mother did?
Mother did, and then she told me all about it. And
Yeah.
then we watched the movie a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, you watch the original movie?
Yes.
Do you think the original is better or this one?
They're about the same. I like the fact that, because I always liked the first one.
Yeah.
I like the fact that this one was pretty much the same movie with just newer people in it.
Do you want to know what some of the DB messages are about it?
What?
Why all the incest? Just an ugly, boring, and pointless movie about incest. Horrifying and nasty-ass movie. Well,
Nasty ass.
let me read this. This is from Garcia Michelle 77.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard about the book, I got so interested to read it, but I couldn't find it until I watched the movie. I think this movie is not appropriate to watch. And what a horrible mom to abandon her kids. She's money hungry. What a selfish bitch. And the horrible and ugly part was when the sister and brother started doing nasty stuff. It's just not right. I'm not going to watch the second movie. And someone said, Rain Man, is this you? Someone replied, if you read the books, you probably would feel different. Then someone said, oh, okay, here's another great review.
Yeah.
This movie's stupid. I watched it on a movie site. The selfish family on both sides and stubborn, spoiled kids. Everyone's only interested in getting rich. The oldest son's a terrible actor. He smiles like a creep throughout the entire movie. The grandmother who would like to introduce her to my fist. Her big face surely needs a good pounding. Is a complete psycho. I'm glad I never met her. The twins are spoiled little brats, and the oldest daughter is a snotty bitch. What? The whole movie is ugly. Ugly, spoiled family has nothing but greed on their mind. We're going to be rich. Every time I hear one of those kids say it, it makes me want to punch the screen. Reply from the Falconer. Wow. You know, if this movie made you that angry, anger being an emotion, maybe it was more effective than you give it credit for.
Did he write him back?
You're supposed to want to punch the grandmother in the face, and you're supposed to hate the evil that is at the center of the movie. I found some of the characters maybe morally ugly, but I found the production quite pretty, quite fascinating. This movie is a lot more effective than you give it credit for. Someone said, if you hated this movie, what do you think about the book? Said, why is it not appropriate to watch? Am I 12? And yes, the mother is a bitch. It's part of the story. But the brother and sister being sexually involved with each other is not what the story's about. Someone wrote, here's their review of it. Hated the book, hated the movie. That's the whole review. There's one other one I'd like to say. Wait, why would the grandmother go along with it?
With it?
Yeah. This next one, the final one, is about that incest. This seems like an intriguing story, and I'll certainly be picking up the book to read after watching this, but something kind of bothered me. Maybe it was meant to bother me. I mean, isn't that the point? Are we meant to believe that if you isolate brothers and sisters for 2 years, that they'll become incestuous? I felt the story was actually reinforcing the shallow-mindedness of the grandmother's expectations by actually having incest. I mean, if they're incestuous, it makes the grandmother less crazy, right? I know their parents were, but it's not a hereditary trait to be an ancestor. At least in this adaptation, I felt like unfair amounts of the sexual attention was placed on the brothers. I mean, I don't think teens are this rapey. I mean, I don't know. It never happened to me in real life. But I'd like to think if you locked 100 parents and kids...
What?
Wait, listen. I'd like to think if you locked 100 pairs of kids in an attic, there would be a large percentage that wouldn't touch each other. Certainly too much of the blame is on demonizing men and lumping them all in with each other. Also, if the grandma was so sure the kids would become messed up, why do this? She could have made it boys and girls on each side. It's frankly a large house, and there'd be another area to hide the kids other than just the attic. Anyway, the story's good. I'm going to watch the earlier version, and then find the books. And hopefully with everything, I'll get a better picture.
But 100 pairs of kids.
100 pairs of kids.
The only thing about this, the new one,
Yeah.
was the old one was clearly shot in the 80s. Everything was 80s about it, you know?
Yeah.
This one kind of, since it's new,
Yeah.
there's not really... I don't think it really gives you years when this is going on, and it's such a weird time. Because even when she's older in the second movie,
Yeah.
the clothes still look like they're from the 70s or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they never give you a real timeline, I don't think.
Maybe it's
of when
just...
this is supposed to take place.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it just could be any time.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. This is a good one. It says, incest is not just part of the movie. It's what the movie's about. Karina, pretty but brainless, starts it up by marrying her half-uncle and having 4 inbred kids. Then 2 of those inbred kids start having sex with each other. Empty-headed Karina, an adult with 4 kids, lets her whack job mom whip her with a switch. Why didn't she just shove that old bitch down a flight of stairs? For that matter, why didn't the kids crash the dinner party with her wheelchair father and all her friends and neighbors and lawyer boyfriend? Guess what, kids? Guess what, folks? We're the kids that have been hiding in the attic. We haven't been to school or outside the attic. Help us. None of the characters are likable, not even the 2 youngest kids who are cranky, bratty, and demeaning. I hope they all grow horns, 3 eyes, 7 limbs, and 12 fingers because they're inbreds. Someone replied, hey, troll, Karina's name is Corinne. I bet you didn't even watch this movie.
Yeah.
The person responded, Karina, whatever. The different characters all said it differently. I watched every miserable minute of this movie. Someone said, oh, this is where it gets crazy. Again, it's Corinne. Considering the names on this discussion board 50 times a week, it's baffling you'd get this wrong. I'm going to take it you're a Republican voter and enjoy dodging the question. Oh, gosh. There is an entire... So, in case you're ever wondering, in your life, how boring life can get, there is a message board with 9 pages. All about Flowers in the Attic, only the 2014 version. Also, there is fan fiction and people writing their own stories and who they think should be in it and who would be a better person. Yeah. So, there you go. There's a lot about Flowers in the Attic, perhaps more than anyone listening to this show would ever care to know. I think it's weird. I also think it's weird that we were at that party a couple weeks ago and someone came up and decided to talk to me about incest porn. While you were sitting there, you weren't listening, you were drinking.
Where were we at?
When we were at the
birthday party?
The birthday party.
Who asked you
They
about
were
it?
They were like, did you hear that there's a whole subset of porn about incest porn?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you don't get to tell me. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know why people watch it. I think people are screwed up because now there's no boundaries and people don't slowly grow into watching dirty movies. You should start with the Penny's catalog. Because you're like, as a boy, when you're young in the 70s pre-internet, you're like, I want to look at, no, I didn't ruin it. I want to look at girls.
You tore out pages.
No, you didn't tear, you just looked. You didn't know what to do. You're like 11.
You knew what to do. You snapped it back and forth.
I didn't know how to use it. And I would just...
You don't lose it. Use it. You lose it.
I would just look at the pictures, and I'd be like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, God.
But it feels nice. But I was scared of it. And then you gradually move up, and you like, oh, there's ads in the Bag of Women's Day. And then you're like, oh, I discovered, some
what was
romance.
In the Bag of Women's
Just
Day?
like ads for Fredericks of Hollywood. It'd be like a grainy black and white picture of a girl in a slip. And you'd be like, oh my.
God.
Now 12-year-olds today, they're like, I'm already past all that.
I know. They're sexting and meeting strangers online.
Pepper's not allowed to have a phone.
No, she's gonna fucking Flowers in the Attic. She's gonna live upstairs.
No.
We're just gonna take her.
We have Flowers in the basement.
We do.
Supposedly, Andy the cat and Lola the cat are stepbrother and stepsister.
But they're in love.
But, well, my theory
Yeah.
is that Andy's in love with her.
But she.
And she tolerates him.
Yeah.
Pretty much how all relationships
Maybe
as I've ever known in
like
my
he
life.
brings her food and stuff and takes care of her.
He does. Every time I go down there, she's sitting there, and then he'll walk up and try to kiss her, and she'll punch him in the head. Other times, she hides in that corner.
She plays hard to get.
She hides in that corner, and he sits in front of that corner waiting for her to come out so that he can get a few minutes. In my life, of the male, female cats I've known that live together, either they live in a, like, well, actually, your parents' cats are all boys now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. But, like, when Honey Boo Boo lived with Malcolm
Yeah.
and Elvis steered clear of her because Elvis is afraid of all cats.
Mm-hmm.
Lola just did whatever she wanted, didn't even pay attention to another girl in the house.
Yes.
And Malcolm, the fattest cat ever, the softest cat ever.
Yes.
Legendary stories are told about this cat. He would just he would try to get Honey Boo Boo's favor, and she treated him unmerciful.
She said no.
She beat the hell out of that cat. Anyways, a lot about cats, a lot about incest, a lot about flowers in the attic, a lot about this. There were a lot of books I read as a kid with the covers ripped off for 50 cents. I read The Lonely Lady, later made into a horrible movie with Pia Zadora.
Yeah.
Horribly awesome. I read Flowers in the Attic. I read The Thornbirds. I read all the Vampire Lestat movies. I read a lot of, not romantic fiction, but kind of, sort of. Yeah, I read Clan of the Cave Bear. Later made into a movie with Daryl Hannah. I read a lot of books, probably that I shouldn't have read when I was 12.
Yeah.
As I waited for a new issue of Ladies' Home Journal, Women's Day to come into the house.
Oh, my favorite new commercial.
What's that?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
How do you start it over?
I don't know.
You know, Annie's, the organic brand.
Oh, yeah, with all the bunnies.
Watch.
Annie's doesn't just make organic food.
I love him.
We make the foods you love organic. And you'll start seeing a lot more of them around your store soon. They're pretty easy to spot. Annie's. Organic for everybody.
Oh.
I had to edit that off the show so people don't know what product we were trying to sell.
What? Oh.
Because they have to pay for advertising.
I don't like Annie's. We're not selling it. I just like bunnies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even then, they could have bought that space.
But I like just bunnies.
Okay.
Just bunnies.
All right, so get ready.
Yes.
Watch this movie. You can get it at Walmart. We got this for, I think, $10 at Walmart. It's the first two. And spoiler warning, I'm going to have to watch Petals on the Wind, the sequel.
Yep.
Norris, the cat, has joined me. He's going to watch it. He's going to comment. He's living in a Flowers in the Attic type situation right now.
Yeah. He's the grandmother.
No, he's not. He's too nice to be.
Are you the grandmother then?
No, he's not the grandmother. No, I'm the butler.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. Who is the nice, kindly man who tries to help them? The old doctor. Nobody helps these kids. Nobody helps these kids. They all turn out to be messed up too. Nobody's good in this. This is very...
Norris, you are so bold.
Oh, speaking of the 80s.
Yeah.
Dynasty's coming back.
Devin will be happy.
I already told him.
And?
He's very happy.
Static. Purple feet.
All right. It's time for flowers. Flowers in the attic.
Flowers in the attic.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
Becca, we're 20 minutes into this movie. I have some questions. My wife's getting a beer, but I have questions. Just getting the beer out of the fridge. Getting a bottle opener. opening the beer, closing the drawer back. Now she's coming back to the podcast.
That was my baby's question.
What are you drinking? Question one.
Blue Moon Chai Spice Ale.
Chai Spice Ale, Blue Moon. Nice. I'm drinking some Trader Joe's special iced tea. Oh, and there's my phone, my wallet, my keys. I'm not wearing pants because we're doing laundry. It's laundry day, so I'm wearing a sarong.
I wish.
I'm wearing just one of my house dresses.
Yeah.
I have some questions.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
Can you imagine the meeting where V.C. Andrews pitched this book? She was like, so I'm going to write a crazy gothic romance about a weird family and love and forbidden love. Oh, you mean like someone older and someone younger? No, not exactly. Like forbidden love, like, between neighbors? No, not exactly.
Yeah.
Between like third and fourth cousins? Closer. Between an uncle and a niece? Oh, no, that's okay. And a brother and a sister? Okay. And they're like, can you imagine? Like, and the guy's like, hold on, I have to talk to my secretary. And he's like, who let in the crazy lady in the wheelchair with the incest book? There's a crazy white-haired lady out here from the South who has brought us an incest book.
She did.
By all means, let us publish this.
Yes.
So people were upset and writing memes about 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
What the... This movie makes 50 Shades of Grey look like 50 Shades of Vanilla.
Exactly.
Anyways, second question.
Yeah.
More importantly.
Yeah.
Where do they poop?
There's a bathroom.
I have not seen nary a bathroom.
There's a bathroom because there's a very infamous
bathtub scene. But here's my question.
No.
When I come to a room, no matter where I am, my first question is, two questions. How do I escape this room of terrorist attack?
Yeah.
2, where's the bathroom? These kids just started getting in bed. Like, doop, doop, doop. I would have to poop.
It's 4 in the afternoon.
Also, these kids, they get to the house, and they're like, everything's going to be great. We're rich, and you're going to live here with servants. Meanwhile, a grandma steals your ring, threatens to punch you in the face.
Yep.
And then doesn't let you sleep in bed with your brother.
Mm-mm.
What is going on with this movie? I'm 20 minutes in, and I am gobsmacked.
Gobsmacked.
I can't imagine people... Can you imagine if you didn't give anybody tell anybody what this movie was about? And they're like, this is really weird.
That's why she sold a lot of books.
I think so. But it's in every one of her books. Do you think people are like, this one was a lot more restrained. She didn't get to the incest until page 150.
Huh.
Or do you think they just wait for it?
I think they just wait for it.
They had this in every library. Like, this was not like a secret book. This book was not like hidden beneath the counter or anything. This book was out. You could find all these books. There's so many V.C. Andrews books. She could have her own store.
There's been banned books all over the world.
It was Banned Books Week last week. Nobody was talking about this. People were talking about, Tropic of Cancer and Naked Lunch and all these important books. And I'm in the background like, hey, what about Flowers in the Attic? Like, what are you, a fucking incest person? And I'm like, no, I just like V.C. Andrews' gothic fiction. This is like Dark Shadows if Barnabas Collins had a sister and then bit her neck.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
No. It's another question. Twilight's real creepy, and so is kind of any vampire thing is creepy, because they're like, 12...
Nobody talks that slow.
Essentially, Twilight is, I'm 1,500 years old. Nobody understands me. Well, what about this little girl who's 15? That's equivalent
Statutory rape.
to a man wanting to sleep with a zygote.
Yeah.
It's statutory rape.
Yeah.
You can't arrest him. You're just going to get a crucifix.
He'll eat you.
He'll eat you. The kids are growing up with weird books. Someone said, we were in a meeting today, and someone said, I mean, who hates Harry Potter? Who could hate Harry Potter? And everybody knows me. Every head went whoosh back to me. I'm like, you don't like it? And I was like, no. No. If I wanted to read a story about a wizard kid and his stupid friends fighting a guy named Snape. I only like young.
Beginning.
You want to watch
I'm
it?
gonna buy them all.
Like you bought Hunger Games the other day?
Yeah, I'm watching them all over again. Giving them a chance.
Giving them a chance. It's like, you know what? If I'm going to choose young adult fiction, it's going to be about 4 kids living in an attic, trying to deal with their problems themselves, and seeing what happens along the way.
Yeah.
Ellen Bernstein is mean.
Yeah.
She took, but also, whose dad gives him a promise ring? That's creepers.
It is creepers.
Also, my last thing before we get back into the movie, of the things I've learned. When I saw, what's that movie called? Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
I was like, Heather Graham is so good at playing like a 70s porn star and like how lost and confused she is, and you know, like just it's amazing. She is a really good actress. No, that was just Heather Graham.
That's all she can do.
That's all she can, because she redefines the word shitty actress in this movie. What? My wife just pointed at the TV and mouthed something. What did you say? She wants to watch it. Okay. Well, we're going to get back to the movie.
Someone just got done crying.
I didn't cry. I thought it was nice that the guy helped them.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, why didn't he help them? I didn't think he would help them. And he helped them escape.
That high-pitched voice when people were crying and they don't want you to know, but
I was not
just comes
crying.
out.
You can check my eyes. They're dry.
Why did he help them?
They're dry. They're bone dry.
Because you wiped them off.
No, check this side. I didn't wipe that side.
Poke you in the eye to make it happen.
No, I already got a cat scratch my eyes earlier.
Yes, they are dry.
They're dry. So, and since we last spoke to you, a mouse was adopted. A mouse died. A child was poisoned and died.
Yes.
People were married. Old women's hair was taken off, and they were shown combing their wigs. A young couple found love who happened to be brother and sister. I don't know. I don't know about this movie. I think... who enjoys this?
I do.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's all a big setup. Hold on, before we go, we'll just be a minute.
I'm gonna stand right here.
Okay. It'll just be a minute.
Give me a minute.
There's an actual place in Pittsburgh where you can get brunch and lunch, and it's called Flowers in the Attic.
Where is it at?
I'm looking it up. It's a florist, restaurant, and gift shoppy.
Shoppy?
Yes. It's on Salzburg Road.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not Pittsburgh. That's way out.
It's a Pittsburgh zip code, 15235. They have lunch from 11 to 2, brunch on Sundays.
Where are we going?
Would you like to hear their brunch menu?
Yeah.
Oh, they have a Princess Tea event menu. Lunch, brunch, menu.
Are you going to Princess Tea with me?
You have to have sex with your brother if you go. Here's
Can
what
I
they...
just have sex with you instead?
Yes, the Breakfast Lovers Feast.
Ooh.
Chef John's quiche of the day.
How much is it?
The quiche of the day is $13. A bird's nest. The powdered donut.
Is that really on there?
No, it's not on there at all. Crab bisque for breakfast, please. $6.99.
Yeah.
I'll have a fresh squeezed lemonade. That'll be $4. Corkage fee is $5 per bottle, please. Thank you. It's called Flowers in the Attic. It's where you can go get special therapy, life coaching, and meet Angel Two Ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to even think about it. I don't. Flowers in the Attic. Was it a true story? Would you like to know about this?
Yeah.
Yes. Flowers in the Attic was based on a true story. While she was in the hospital for a spinal operation, someone told her yes, some doctor there. So I guess some aspects of it were true, at least the part of being hidden away. This is on The Complete V.C. Andrews.
Oh.
Here's the pitch letter. The letter that she pitched the book with.
Oh, that's you're not going to fit up there.
Do you want to hear how she said it?
Yes.
Using a pen name, I have written and sold 3 Gothic romances.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I only wrote confessional stories, just to finance my more serious efforts. All the while I was writing other tales, one kept beating hard on my mind, begging to be told. This is a fictionalized version of a true story. Real children who survived a struggle under unendurable circumstances. It's really a horror story.
Mm-hmm. And?
Oh.
What?
She never mentions incest in the kickoff letter. And then she says, I call my novel, which is not truly fiction, ... Flowers in the Attic. Yes. Obviously, she cut the time back on her novel to be more believable.
Yeah.
They were locked in the attic for 6 years to preserve the family's wealth. The area of the country was where a lot of wealthy people who lived there. I don't know who they were. Some aspects of this story were true. Whether the twins were real, the sex, the time frame, probably not. I think it was just the concept of kids in the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the cover we had, I think.
That's the Heaven one.
Oh.
So listen to this.
Yeah.
Heaven was based on a true story. The person in question submitted her manuscript to Humphrey Evans, the agent who discovered V.C. Andrews. It was unpublishable. When Humphrey told me about the story, I realized that the writer couldn't write well enough. Virginia could. The story was bought for her, and the woman visited Virginia, and they made tapes based on the woman's story. The tapes still exist. Yeah. It's true. Heaven was based on it, but this woman was really sold by her father.
He's what?
In the story.
Yeah.
Yes. In her article, A Writer's Way to Profit from Memories, V.C. Andrew advises writers to use memories from their own and others' lives as story ideas, but to embroider and embellish them, make them more exciting and dramatic. She insinuated that the violent fate of the first and best Adrena was an embellishment from her own childhood. Huh. So, perhaps they were inspired by true stories. How about that? It says here that the story takes place in the 1950s.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering.
How big he is.
Yeah. What are the critics saying? A sequel is already in the works, and guess what?
What?
Follow-up episode.
Yeah.
We're going to watch that.
Yeah.
We're going to watch another one of these?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The second one.
The second one?
Yeah.
The
Petals in the Wind.
Petals in the Wind. Ooh. V.C. Andrews has continued writing books 10 years after her death. Someone said the brother rapes the sister. I didn't get that out of this.
I didn't get that. I think it was consensual.
I think it was consensual.
Yes.
Also, someone said this movie is ridiculous. A 16-year-old girl confined that way wouldn't get the necessary strength and stamina to be a ballet dancer.
Yeah.
By that age, she would have just not been full growth. Maybe people are thinking a little bit too much. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, oh, I think you're wrong. Kathy was training herself during her entire confinement. Yeah. She, I guess with that time stuck in the attic, why wouldn't you train yourself in ballet? So how about that? How about people Overthinking. Flowers in the Attic. What would you give this movie if, say, a strange man came up to you and said, hey, what would you rank this movie? Where would you rate this movie?
I'd give it a B.
A B?
Yeah.
For brother, sister love?
Yeah.
I would give this movie a D.
Why?
I'd give it a C.
Why?
It's not good. I mean, nobody's good in this movie.
Yeah.
There's bad acting. It's shot like a TV movie, because it's a TV movie. There's, it's about being in an attic. It's just, if they knew she was claustrophobic, they should have just locked her in the attic earlier. I don't know. I think it's up to the fans to decide. I think you should write us at bnsaboutmovies@gmail.com. You should comment on this. Or maybe you should comment on BNS. Or you should comment on bnsaboutmovies.podomatic.com on the link, or on the YouTube video that this has been posted on. However you find us. I think you should tell us what you think. Are you someone that read the novels? Have you seen all the movies? Did you grow up in an attic with your brother and sister? Are you a mouse that was rescued from a trap and ate a donut and died? Who are you? Why are you listening to this? These are the things we want to know. Do you know anybody in your life that was raised in an attic by their grandmother and ended up having sex with a brother or sister? Not Angela. I don't know anybody that was raised in an attic by their grandmother. I know some wacky stories.
Yeah.
I know some real doozies. But I don't know anything like this. No, I don't know anything this good. Do you think this movie is better than Room? They're the same movie.
Yeah.
No. They're nothing like it.
He's my brother.
But I'm interested to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I remember little bits of the other ones. I don't want to say out loud on the podcast that I was drunk for a good part of them. But I may have been drinking during the other ones. Every time someone says a name of a flower, drink. I probably laid on the couch and said, "Oh, this is so great." And I went off into slumber. And I would occasionally wake up enough to recognize that there was a movie on. But mostly, I was sleeping. I remember there's a big party at the end. And they come out and she tells her mom all the stuff and she has the ring or something. And she says, "You know, I'm going to tell Austin Powers all about you."
Austin Powers.
Well, she's Holly.
Graham.
Yeah, Heather Graham was in that. All actors and actresses are
Felicity Shagwell.
Felicity Shagwell. I'm your daughter. Roller Girl.
Yeah.
Remember when Heather Graham?
Mercedes.
Remember when Heather Graham was a thing?
Yeah, she was the thing in License to Drive.
She was on Scrubs.
No, I don't remember that.
You didn't watch Scrubs?
Are you thinking of the other blonde girl?
No, she was on it later.
Oh.
No, the other blonde girl who took over from what's her name on Roseanne.
Becky.
Becky. Second Becky.
I don't like second Becky.
You don't like second Becky?
I like first Becky.
Hmm.
She's much more realistic.
Roseanne, after the first 3 or 4 seasons, you can just stop watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last season you should never watch.
Oh.
That's what I say.
Oh.
That's what I say.
That's what I say.
Yeah. I don't... You know what's funny is like I remember we were watching it and we used to really like it. We used to laugh through all the episodes. And right around like season 4, I remember my family was sitting around. We're like, "Why do we watch this?
Yeah.
It's just depressing.
Depressing.
Bad things happen all the time on this show. Ever since George Clooney left,
Yeah.
when they worked in the plastic factory or whatever.
He dated Jackie.
He did date Jackie, you're correct. Mm-hmm. It just got real preachy and real, just too much.
Too much.
It jumped the shark, as we say.
Jumped the shark?
Yeah, do you know that?
Well,
So, like, on Happy Days,
oh, you told me that.
yeah, Fonzie jumped a shark, and it was considered what killed the show. What have you thought of any shows that jumped the shark that you could recommend?
No, I like everything.
Oh, they have several shows that jump the shark. Moonlighting, once they got together, jumped the shark. Some shows jump the shark before they even start.
Yeah.
This movie, some argue this movie jumped the shark when they stopped teasing and actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a real shark.
They got a real shark and they fed it a rat. Anyways, as always, thanks for listening to another episode of BNS About Movies. We'll be back with another movie, potentially the next. Do we have to watch all 4 of these? Okay, we only have to watch one more. But somehow, some part of me thinks that we'll go to the store and I'll end up with this other one. We'll find them. And I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, do you want to watch Pieces? No. Do you want to watch Strange Brew? No. Do you want to watch Dread? No. Do you want to watch Crank 2? No. How about the 3rd movie in the series of Flowers in the Attic? I guess. Anyway, thanks for listening to our show. We appreciate it. We hope that you comment and make suggestions and tell us how you feel. I'm interested to hear if you read this book when you were young, if we have any lady listeners out there, or man. I mean, you could have been a guy and read this book. Who knows? I kind of doubt it, but whatevs. Finally, my wife has the last word.
We'll see you at the movies.